What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Makoto archive video. Today I'm going to be showing you the outfits that I wore this week, all 7 of them, sitting right here behind me, Monday through Sunday. Kept it pretty basic and neutral with the looks this week, so if you're into kind of crazier, maybe even louder stuff, then a previous video may suit you better. If you guys haven't followed me on Instagram at Makoto Archive, I've been posting a lot of behind the scenes stuff, even some old archive collections from Common Studios. So if you want some more frequent updates on what I'm up to at work or just in my life, you guys can go check out that Instagram page. And once we hit 1,000 followers on that page, I'm gonna be giving away some of my favorite pieces from Common Studios. So some denim, some tees, maybe even a couple of the new hats dropping next week. Make sure you guys go check it out. And with all that being said, we're gonna jump right into what I wore this week. Like I mentioned, we were in Vegas at the beginning of the week to catch a few summer league games with the boys. It's a trip we've been wanting to make for quite some time. We just have never really had time in this part of the year to go. This year we found a couple days to head out and catch a few games. So we started off in this pair of grwm cargo pants. I didn't know that this brand made menswear because they're most known for their women's wear as well as their handbags. But I picked this pair of cargo pants up on sale. I think retail on these is like $8.50. I paid nothing even close to that. And it's a really well-fitting pair of cargo pants. They have adjusters at the bottom as well as in the cargo pockets, so you could pull these tight. I picked these up right at the tail end of winter, so I didn't really have a chance to wear them that much before it got hot. So we broke out the grwm cargos on Monday. For the tee on Monday, I broke out this vintage AOP Jesus piece. On the back, it has this complete top to bottom graphic with some crazy detail within it. It's supposed to say his blood for your salvation, but it says for you salvation. So I think they just had a spelling error on this one. It doesn't have a tag either, so I couldn't really tell you much more about this piece. And you just got the small chest hit right there in the center. Really solid graphic. I think I've worn this one maybe one other time on the channel, but we're gonna style it again today for Monday's outfit. I need a haircut pretty bad, so I was in hats pretty much all week. Monday, I went with the Common Studios 5-panel snapback. You have the plum underbrim details with the embroidery. It's also gonna be fully lined with plum trims and a Common Studio size tag. On the outside, you have metal hardware with the 4-pointed metal star at the top, along with an embroidered front logo on the front panel. And this one is in a black colorway. This hat, along with the other 2 you'll see in this video, are gonna be releasing next Friday, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the Instagram at Common Studios for updates. Really looking forward to getting these hats out. And we ended this fit off in one of my favorite pairs of Jordans in my collection, the off-white Jordan 5 in the black colorway. Definitely looks like I wore these in Vegas this weekend. The bottoms are cooked. But you guys know I've been breaking this pair out like at least once a week for the past month. I feel like you really just can't ever go wrong with this pair. Tuesday was back in town. It was a very quick trip to Vegas, and I started out in this pair of vintage painter shorts that I went to the studio and just hand placed some of my own hardware into them. I'm a really big fan of turquoise. My mom is from New Mexico, so I grew up around a lot of turquoise jewelry, and it's something I want to incorporate in some Common Studios pieces moving into the future. So this was just a little test run that I had done. You guys can let me know if you rock with these down in the comments or not. I think I've worn these a few other times on the channel, but just a really solid pair of shorts and a good base for Tuesday's outfit. Kept it real simple on Tuesday. I just went with this vintage Harley Davidson cutoff. I really like the graphic and the colors on the front of this one, and then on the back you just have a simple black, white, and gray Harley Davidson. And this one is actually a Chandler, Arizona one, which is very close to where I grew up. So pretty cool that this one is from where I'm from. For the accessories on this one, I just went with this blue trucker hat from Effin, and then I threw on my black leather belt from Articles. And I kept the footwear super simple on this one. I just went with this CLB Nocta white leather Air Force. I haven't bought a normal pair of Air Forces since these dropped. This is like my 5th or 6th pair of the CLBs. The leather on them is just way better, and I do like that they come with silver hardware on the other set of laces that I threw in. So we'll throw these on and see how everything looks together. Started off Wednesday in a pair of pants that I haven't worn since last winter. Just a really solid pair of vintage Levi's silver tabs. Tons of great natural distressing on this pair. As you guys can see, the entire right knee is blown out. Got the classic silver tab patch on the back. Tuesday, I had to do some filming at the stores, so I wanted to be repping a Common Hype piece. Decided to break out another Common Hype Betty Boop piece, piggybacking off of Sunday of last week. You guys saw my Betty Boop outfit with the cherry blossom shirt. I haven't actually rocked this Old English one since we dropped it, so I figured it'd be a great time to break it out, especially now that it's summer. You got Betty sitting on the Common Hype in the front, and then you got the good graphic on the back. My favorite detail on all of our pieces from this collection are they are all trademark stamps. So you have the Fletcher Studios on this side, Common Hype on this side with the 2024 date. One day this will be a vintage Betty Boop piece. That's crazy to think about. Threw on one of my most worn hats, this Bound by Soul nylon 5-panel. And then I paired that with the Gulf LaFleur red Converse that I also styled last week. And I had to break them out again this week. Really love this pair. And a great compliment to the subtle red hits throughout the rest of this outfit. When it comes to Converse and wearing pants especially, I like to see on the right side of every shoe, there's this like red label where you can put like your name and mark them and stuff. I think this is a really cool detail of Converse. And so what I do is I take the lace shoe and I'll take the knotted part and I'll put the tongue through that. Now the tongue is sitting through it. And then I just flip it over and then it'll stay where it's at. And then when you put the shoe on top of it, that lace is holding the tongue down, and you can wear it where you can actually see that part of the Converse, and depending on the pair of pants you wear, I feel like it looks really good most of the time. So just a quick side note, I meant to mention that when I put the shoe on. Let's jump into Thursday's outfit though. So Thursday I broke out a really cool pair of denim. This has actual chain stitched embroidery throughout the entire pant. This is not printed on, it's actually sewn in. A really great pair of denim from Thug Club. I actually bought these at ComplexCon last year and I wanted to break them out on Thursday. And I always forget to mention the belt, but you guys already know the deal. The Rockstar belt from Common Studios, probably the best belt that we have. Thursday, I broke out a very simple vintage No Fear graphic tee. Wasn't trying to do too much on the upper half just because these pants are pretty loud, as well as the footwear that I'm gonna pair with these are also kind of on the louder side. Just a simple No Fear hit right there on the front, and then that's gonna be on an OG vintage No Fear tag, and then you got one of the phrases there on the back. I really like how the graphic on this one has aged over time, but that's one of my favorite things about vintage is that they gain different characteristics and honestly have a new life to them over time. I feel like this one is one of them. Decided to pair this with the blue colorway of the Common Studio snapback. It's honestly hard for me to pick a favorite between the three colors we're dropping. I'll show you guys them all side by side towards the end of the video. You guys can let me know which one is your favorite, but I'm a really big fan of this blue color. Then I finished this one off in my most recent pickup. This is a pair of Vans Authentics, and they have this silver hardware like studded throughout the entire shoe. This is also on an authentic black leather. So these ones are a little bit more on the pricier side as far as the retail goes. These retailed at $150, and I picked these up straight off of the Vans website. By the time you're seeing this, they might be gone. I don't know if I caught a restock or when these even dropped, I'm not sure. I do all my shopping in person, or if it is online, it's through just like sellers who will ship me stuff directly. But as far as like going on a brand's website and spending money, I don't really do that. But the other night I was going through my closet and I was looking at all my old pairs of Vans, and I was like, damn, I haven't bought a pair of Vans in quite a while. So I went on the website, saw these sitting there. Basically every size except for my size was sold out. And I've been really wanting these Satoshi Nakamoto Vans, but I'm not paying $1,500 to $2,000 for a pair of Vans. So these at $150 with a very similar tone, and honestly just a different silhouette that I haven't seen anyone else with. I felt like this one was just a solid pickup and a great way to finish off this outfit. Friday, another pair of pants that I haven't broke out in quite a bit, but one that you guys have seen a lot if you watch the channel regularly are my black Arc'teryx pants. I wear these so much because one, they're really comfortable, but two, I feel like the silhouette just looks good with all different types of outfits, no matter really what you're going with on the footwear or the top part. The thing about overly baggy pants that I really like is if you throw on a slimmer silhouette of a sneaker, similar to the Vans I'm wearing right now with these pants, it is still such a really simple and clean look, whereas most of the time people will want to wear chunkier shoes with baggier pants. And I feel like that's the way most people usually lean, is the chunkier route. But I like to switch it up with a slimmer silhouette every once in a while. I'm going to do that again on Friday's outfit, as you guys are about to see. And you guys can let me know which one you like better out of the two. For the tee on Friday, I'm just gonna go with this vintage graphic tee. It says grassroots on it. Just really like the earthy tones on this, as well as the fit is a nice boxy cropped fit, which is pretty hard to find out of some of the older tees. Usually you have to cut them or hem them. Good simple top for Friday. Friday, I went with the third and final colorway in the Common Studios 5-panel hat. I really like this colorway of the hat because I feel like the plum accents really jump off of the green a lot louder than some of the other colorways. And this one I'll mention is actually one of the production units. The other two were samples, so they didn't have the white lining details like this one has, which is how all of the ones that are actually made came. And then I went with my brown Chuck 70 Converse. Wanted to keep this fit kind of on the earthier tone side. First outfit of the weekend, I went with this pair of sample Common Studio shorts. You guys have seen these a million times by now, and I decided Saturday to break them out again. Another No Fear tee on Saturday. This one's not really a graphic though. I guess it does technically have a graphic on it, but the graphic is just this very small embroidery hit on the left chest with the blue eyes, and that's on a Made in USA No Fear tag. This is another one of the No Fear graphic tees that I hadn't pulled out for quite a while, up until I filmed my collection video, which most of you guys have probably seen by now. Don't break this one out much, but I'm glad I got around to giving it a wear on Saturday. I ran the blue hat back again with this outfit just to give it a little bit of color. And then I doubled down on the Vans this week. I decided to break out my OG Marshmallow Fear of God Vans. Definitely gotten a lot of wear out of these, but there's plenty of life left in them. Some guy came in the store the other day and was selling this pair along with the actual OG pair, which I also have, for a pretty good price, and I almost doubled up on them, but I feel like if I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on Vans, it should be more colorways of stuff I don't already have. And I honestly don't feel like I wear this pair or the other pair enough these days to justify doubling up on them, but I do really love this shoe, and I'm glad I was able to pick them up when I did, and been able to wear them for as long as I have been. Ending off the last outfit of the week in my favorite denim in the whole wide world. It's the Common Studios straight leg denim in granite. Been absolutely loving these, and it's been awesome to hear the feedback from everyone who's picked up a pair and how much you guys love them. If you are one of the people that picked up a pair, you guys know I haven't been lying about the quality of these. It's what took so long to actually make them, and it's just been really fun to be able to style these in the weekly outfit videos, knowing that you guys can actually go buy them now. And I'm not just wearing samples that you guys will never be able to get. Let's put together the last outfit of the week. Building out a full Commons fit with this one. So I took our Valor tee, which is a really sick graphic, and I love the colors on this one, but I felt like for summertime, I would have worn this more as a cutoff, and because we obviously made it as a t-shirt, I just cut it myself. If you guys want to know how to actually crop a t-shirt like this, I posted a video on my YouTube channel, and I'll also link in the description a video to an Instagram reel I did on how to crop a shirt and then also cut it into a cutoff. Two really simple videos that are a few minutes long each that you guys can reference for how to make any t-shirt the perfect fitting crop shirt for you. Kind of kept the military theme of this one alive with this Chrome Hearts trucker hat. I could also easily interchange this with the Common Studios olive hat. Kind of just preference at that point. I'm just gonna rock the trucker because you guys have already seen that hat in this video. The only other difference is that this hat I'm wearing is like $350 and that hat is $60, so. Kept it cozy on Sunday though. I went with this pair of suede mules from Represent. Just an easy shoe to slip on, and I honestly thought the color of these ones went really well with the rest of this outfit. And it's super easy to see all the distressing at the bottom of the hem of the pant, which sits on top of the shoe, and I just think it looks really sick. So one of the main reasons I went with the mule for Sunday's outfit. Those are the outfits that I wore this week. Let me know down in the comments which one of them was your favorite, or maybe just your favorite one piece that you guys saw in this video. I'll be responding to all the comments like I mentioned before and sending a random comment, 25 bucks. And lastly, don't forget to check out Makoto Archive on Instagram. I'll be making posts throughout this entire week, going into next week, the week after, so on and so forth. But that's all I got for you guys in today's video. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in next week's.